All right, those in the Zoom, in case you missed it, we are going over our subject pronouns in Espanol. We're going to see these on the very familiar looking subject pronoun chart that we did oh so long ago. We know that these subject pronouns here have singular forms and plural forms. We're going to separate them by person, first, second, and third person, which for us is also going to include usted and ustedes. However, you see those are marked in yellow with a yellow highlighter because they are in fact second person, but they behave like a third person when we go to conjugate verbs and use them as pronouns and other stuff. So they have, it's a second person pronoun, but it acts like third person, so we're going to put those down there with the other third person pronouns. So as we review, first of all, I in Spanish, I is yo. Yo soy maestro de español. Yo no bailo bien. That's my first person. I'm talking about myself. Now, if I am with somebody, we are plural. And if we are masculine, which we know includes mixed groups, are also masculine in Spanish. However, if we are all girls, we would be nosotras. So we has a masculine and a feminine form, nosotros and nosotras, if we are all girls. From the second person, tú, this is my familiar. This is the one I'm using most often. I'm using this with friends and family members. Tú is you. Tú sounds like the number 2. That's going to help me remember that that is second person. Now there is a plural form, vosotros y vosotras, but they only use this in Spain. That's what that little asterisk is, and we're not really going to work with it. I will teach it, but I will not assess it because it is only used in Spain. If we go down a little bit and we take a look at the third person, you notice there are 3 choices for singular and 3 choices for plural. This is convenient. So I'm talking about him, he, él. I'm talking about her, she, ella. Notice the different L sounds. The double L kind of sounds like a Y, ella. And then, even though usted, the you formal, even though that is second person, we put it down here with the third person conjugations. That makes our third choice he, she, and then you formal down there with the third person singular. On the other side of the line, we see they, ellos, double L again sounding like a Y. They, if they are all female, ellas. We know that the they masculine is also going to be used for mixed groups. It's just how Spanish works. And then, just like usted was with the singular third person, ustedes, the you plural, y'all, which is formal but only in Spain, that is the third plural along with the third person, ellos, ellas, and ustedes. So, third person, 3 choices. Now, when do we use these? When I'm talking about myself, I am in first person, whether I am alone or with somebody. Second person, I'm talking to you, which also includes usted, talking to you if I'm being formal, or ustedes, I'm talking to y'all. Those yellow ones are my second person. And then if I'm talking about someone else, this is when we use the third person él. I'm talking about him. Ella, I'm talking about her. Ellos, I'm talking about them. Or ellas, I'm talking about them, and they are all girls. This chart needs to be memorized. Not only the content that we added to the chart, but also their locations on this chart. First person, second person, third person, singular, first person, second person, and third person plural. Now we do have some helpful notes down at the bottom. We notice that all of the plural subject pronouns end with S. Every single one of them, even the one in Spain we're not going to use. If it's plural, it ends with S. And none of the singular ones do. All right, that is convenient. Also, just reviewing the ones that are yellow, these are second person, wherever they are on the chart. That means we're talking to you or to y'all, but we do put usted and ustedes down here with the third person because when we conjugate verbs, we're going to see that those behave like third person. Speaking of conjugating verbs, that is where we're heading next. So as you scroll down on your document, you'll see the AR verb chart. You might remember this from our song back in the La Escuela unit when we chanted O, as, a, amos, an. Otra vez, O, as, a, amos, an. Otra vez, O, as, a, amos, an. So we memorize those in that order I've included, but I'm not saying the vosotros ending, o, as, a, amos, ais, an, which we're going to use when we conjugate AR verbs. All you need to do today is complete your chart with o, as, a, amos, an, and then start to memorize those AR verb endings, their locations on the chart, and how they correspond to the subject pronouns that we find in those same locations. O, as, a, amos, an. Otra vez, o, as, a, amos, an. Otra vez, o, as, a, amos, an. Tomorrow, we'll do this part.